Welcome back to Live from the Bunker with FUBAR, and it's been a very good month to be a gamer. We're going to be seeing a new Star Fox game very soon. We're going to be seeing a Final Fantasy VII remake at long last, a remake of like one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm sure a lot of you out there that might be yours too. The game that pretty much made the original PlayStation a hit. Well, one of the factors of making the original PlayStation a hit, I'll admit, but it was a pretty huge one. But it has not been a very good month for one indie game development team. Game makers Tailtails are going to be going out of business a mere month after the release of their game Sunset. Since its release, Sunset has only sold about 4,000 copies. That is not very good, given the amount of time and money that went into making the game. Now, why has the game only sold 4,000 copies? Is it a bad game? No, it's not a bad game. In fact, from what I've read in reviews, it's actually pretty damn good. It's very original. It's a very fresh take. It's something that we don't often see in the game world. Is it filled with bugs? No, it's not filled with bugs. It's not buggy at all. There's, you know, no technical flaws with it. Are people aware of the game? Well, yeah, people are aware of the game. People are aware of the game for the wrong reasons, however. See, a while back, Tailtails became business partners with Lee Alexander. In case you don't know who that is, she is the journalist, and I use the term journalist very loosely, who wrote the piece, "Gamers Don't Have to Be Your Audience, Gamers Are Over." She is a notorious anti-Gamergater and social justice warrior who has been very outspoken against the Gamergate movement, and they thought it would be a good idea to partner with her. And in reading the release that they've given to the public, it's very apparent that they are pretty much blaming her for the game's failure. And I, for one, have to 100% agree with that statement. It's very clear here that the gaming community is striking back against the anti-Gamergate community with their wallets, their most powerful weapon. With the amount of attention this game was given from publications like CNET, Kotaku, and so many others, Rock Paper Shotgun, which is not one that I visit very often because they are very anti-Gamergater, clearly. They gave this game a ton of press. Way more press than they have games from other developers, indie developers. And it was because they kind of became the darlings of the anti-Gamergate social justice warrior movement. This did not pay off, however, for them. Like I said, only 4,000 copies of the game sold as of yesterday. Those numbers might go up a little bit this week from people who just feel sorry for them. And I, for one, and I was saying this on Twitter, and I'm going to post a link to some of those tweets or actual screen caps of those tweets that I sent to the Tailtails game developers about how I was sorry about what was happening to them, and I am genuinely sorry about all of this, about them, going under. They really don't deserve this. However, they allied themselves with, a lot of unethical people, and that's kind of what happens. It's like the old saying goes, you lie down with dogs, you get up with fleas. And that's really what happened to Tailtails here. A lot of people did not pick up this game, and I think one of the big factors of it was because of some of the people who were associated with it. I mean, for the amount of press that this game got, it should have been a guaranteed hot seller. It should have at least been able to make its money back, but it's not doing that. Even after, I think they had something like a $40,000 fundraiser to pay for marketing of this game, which apparently they said made absolutely no difference whatsoever. They did some kind of big advertising campaign on Rock Paper Shotgun, which they said did not get them any game sales whatsoever. That's wow. I mean, when it comes to internet advertising is not cheap for the most part, especially like when you're advertising on the big websites. And a site like Rock Paper Shotgun, apparently, all the advertising that they put into that site did not pay off for them. And they sunk a lot of money into that, and that's very suspicious, guys. Sinking that much money into advertising and not seeing any kind of return on it, that's weird. That's very, very weird. It's almost as if maybe the people who visit Rock Paper Shotgun aren't, playing video games or something. Weird. But that's the climate that is we're living in. Gamers are really striking back against these people who speak out against us and who do not speak for us. I think more and more people are realizing, like the Anti-Gamergaters, do not speak for the community, and they are not even within the community. I mean, just look at all the Twitter posts from India Sarkeesian during E3. She's not. Well, first of all, she's not a journalist even by the loosest of definitions, but she had no reason to be there. She's not a game journalist. She's not a journalist in the first place. I don't even know what the hell you would call her, but she spent the entirety of E3 just pissing and moaning about ridiculous crap and, pissing and moaning about, the Doom trailer, which everyone was super excited about. I mean, if you're going to be working within the game industry, Doom is like a huge thing in that. I mean, it pretty much created a whole new genre of video games. It's been around for, I think, over 20 years. And it's beloved by a lot of gamers. And you're going to complain about the violence in that game? That did not work out well for many politicians back in the 1990s. And it's sure as hell not going to work now, especially considering all the way more violent video games we have nowadays. Stuff like Hatred, stuff like Grand Theft Auto. That stuff makes, Doom look like, I don't freaking know, McDonald Land or something. Something for the kids on the old Nintendo Entertainment System. You're really gonna attack Doom? That is not a smart move. But, like I was saying, let's get back to the subject at hand. As far as Tailtails, I do feel genuinely sorry for them. And they were doing something original and something awesome. And I, for one, am not going to play it. I mean, it looks like something really cool, something that I would enjoy, something interesting and original, but I am not going to support it. Because I cannot, in good conscience, support something that will potentially put dollars into the pocket of someone like Lee Alexander. It's them becoming partners with her that really is the reason I would never do that. Now, that being said, and I even said this to them on Twitter, any future endeavors that they have, I will support them in. Because they look like they are a very creative team, and they look like they're doing some very interesting things, and I'd like to check them out. But when they are partnered with someone that unethical, I can't support them, knowing where that my money is going to go. And I think a lot of other people feel that way as well. Just look at the game sales, folks. It's becoming very apparent that, the social justice warriors within the gaming community do not speak for anyone in the gaming community. I mean, with how much it's just ridiculous, folks. You would think all of that, anti-Gamergate love for this game would have translated into all those anti-Gamergaters buying a copy of that game. Maybe, maybe that's the thing. Maybe everyone within the anti-Gamergate movement did buy a copy. And maybe that's why the numbers are so low. Really, come on, think about it. You are not speaking for most of us. It's just that you have a slightly higher platform with which to speak from. And people are finally putting two and two together and realizing that a lot of the crap you guys say is just out and out lies. But like I said, it's sad to see an indie game developer go under. And everyone at Tailtails, I'm sorry. I hope that you, and and I'm not trying to say this in a mean way, but I hope you have learned a lesson from this, and that in the future you try to be a little bit more choosy about who you align yourself with, and be a little bit more careful about who you trust. And I know this is a harsh lesson to learn, and I'm sorry that you guys are, going to be suffering for it, but that's what happens. But that's all I have to say about this. I wish you guys all the best of luck in future endeavors. And one more thing, they did post something on their Twitter feed about how it seemed like the only people who were being nice to them at that point were Gamergaters, which just amused me infinitely, because that's how the tone was on Twitter after this news went down. So many people, like I was like, I follow the Gamergate hashtag, and just an outpouring of support for these poor guys. After this news broke, no one was reveling in this. No one in the Gamergate community was happy about this. They felt sorry that this game developer was bamboozled and taken advantage of by the Anti-Gamergate goons. That's what the whole, and I'll post, like I said before, I'll post some more screen captures in the blog post, so you can see what some people on Twitter were saying about Tailtails, and like all these people, just an outpouring of support from people who are hardcore Gamergate members, okay? Feeling sorry about this situation and saying that it was screwed up. And it is. They got taken advantage of by someone who pretty much just wanted to use them as like poster children for this whole anti-Gamergate movement, and they were exploited as much as humanly possible by the Anti-Gamergaters, and now they're pretty much going to be forgotten by the Anti-Gamergaters. I've not seen, where are all those social justice warriors now that they are going under? Where are you guys? Why aren't you buying copies of the game, guys? Why aren't you urging your readers to buy copies of the games? Wait a minute. It may be because the people who mostly listen to your bullcrap don't actually play games? Nah, that can't be it. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I will see you next time in the bunker.
Stronger. You see? Your stupid minds. Stupid. That's all I'm taking from you. Get back here, you jerk!